Today we are going to see continuation of entity framework. Last session, this was the diagram that which we have for our department and EMPS table. Table names were department, EMPS, but they have been singularized here. Department table have a class called department, EMPS table has a class called EMP. And there is one-to-many relationship between these two tables, these two classes. One department can have many employees. Here, 0 or 1, here, star, many. Now we are going to see that EDMX I said, entity data model in XML format. This is diagram. You want to have XML of this diagram. So you have to go to Solution Explorer, right click on this org model.edmx, then you say open with. Now you will have XML text editor here. XML text editor. Click OK. Yes. Now diagram is closed. XML format is available. Now in this XML format, first you have entity framework runtime content. Runtime. It means this is useful when your application is executed. Runtime content. And one more, this is useful at the execution of application. And one more is there, design content, designer. Here, entity framework, designer content. Here it says, do not edit manually below here. Means this part you should not touch at all. You should not touch. Right? So on the whole, you find three contents. Three. One, runtime content, entity framework runtime content. Second, entity framework designer content. And last you could find it is diagram content. Diagram content. All three. But in that, our focus will be only on runtime content. Under runtime content, three divisions they made. Three divisions. One is called SSDL, that is called Storage Schema Definition Language, where our tables in C# are created as classes and they are represented here. SSDL is a representation of tables with their respective data types. SQL Server data type. Department ID integer, department name varchar, department location varchar. Employee ID, employee name, salary, department. These are four columns available in EMPS table. So SSDL is all SQL Server representation. Second is CSDL here. CSDL. Conceptual Schema Definition Language. Conceptual Schema Definition Language. Here we are representing C# representation. Tables are represented as classes in CSDL in C# representation. And finally, we have CS mapping, where we have a mapping of conceptual and storage together. Mapping. Property name, column name are mapped here. CS mapping. Total. All three. Now you want to come back again to a diagram. Right click, open. Yes. Now XML is closed, diagram is back. Now, keeping these points in view, now I would like to do one more part. What is it? Now what I want to do is, I want to add a new column in this department table. Departments table. I want to add. a new column I want to add. So to add that column, either you open Management Studio and do that, or we try to manage using Server Explorer. Anything is fine. Anything. So I better go to Server Explorer. Okay, expand the connection. Expand table. Our table name, departments. Then you click on Open Table Definition. Open Table Definition. Could not retrieve the definition of department. Oh, okay. Again, Server Explorer, right click on department, open table definition. Retrieving updated definition from server. Okay, it's back. Here I'm going to add a column named department head varchar 20. Added. New column added in table I added. Update. Then update database. Successfully. Close. But in this diagram, you don't find that column here in this diagram. It's only three properties it shows. I added department head, but it's still not visible. It's not available for us. Okay, there is new column added now. We'll add some data also. So you have to go to Server Explorer, open table definition, and we'll add some content in it. We'll add the data. Okay, Server Explorer, right click, open table, no, show table data. Yes, here all nulls are there. I'll just make this. Smith, Allen, James. Hmm. Rehan. Okay, this is the data I have. Refresh. Okay. Now department head is also available. Close. That's it. Now we are done. But here I should get that column as attribute because it is there in the table, but not in this property, but not as property in this class. So you have to update this. Right click, update model from database. Update model from database. Now, when you update model from database, now already there, we are not supposed to add now. Already there, I say. So go to refresh, expand table, expand DBO, select department, say finish. It will be added now. Add department head. That is new column added in table has been updated as an attribute in class. Okay. Now, something important now, connecting with this part, connecting with this topic, and what we learn is here. Now we want to perform operation on our table by using entity framework. And what is your aim? Obviously, you're not interested or you don't want to write what SQL query. So let's go then. Place a label, then place a text box. 2. Again, place a label. Again, text box. Again, place a label. Again, place a text box. Place a label. Again, place a text box. Yes. Arrange them properly. One text box. 2. This is another text box. And this is another text box. Label 4. Label 3. Label 2. Label 1. Label 1. Go to properties and make correction. Here I call department ID. Second label, department name. Third label, department location. Fourth label, department head. Yes. Now, first text box. Now you have to give IDs. TXT department ID. Second, TXT department name. Third text box, TXT department location. Fourth, TXT department head. Okay, design part is over. Now you want to make it, you want to place a button. Yes, drag and drop. Yeah, it is button. And for this button, I go to properties. Text is there. Call it as insert. Name is there. BTN insert. Yes. Double click on the button. Now see, no insert command, no parameters, nothing. Coding becomes very simple in Entity Framework. That is the reason most of the companies are migrating their ADO.NET to Entity Framework because coding part becomes simple here. First connection, MS Demo DB entities. What is this? This is connection string name, which is there in app.config. So that connection string name, we are in a position to use directly. DB equal to new MS Demo DB entities constructor. Which class has been created for department? DPT. D equals to new department constructor. That is class name. After that, you should refer department and ID. Department ID, however, we cannot give. Department name equal to txt department name dot text. That is for department name. Txt dpt dot text. Then second part. Second part. D dot department location equal to txt department location dot text. Department head equal to txt department head dot text. And you should map to departments table. db dot departments dot add d. And you have to say db dot save changes. This is like commit. That's it, over. No insert command, no parameters, nothing. Connection is not required, command is not required, execution is not required, nothing. Just mapping, all about mapping. Background process is more for this. Background process. If you look into your code, your process, I mean, your work is reduced a lot. Your work is reduced a lot. We don't find any complex things for your this one coding part. It's very less. Now let's run the code and see how does it work. Execute. ID over I should not give a set. Only name, location, head should be given. Name, location, head, only three. Okay, I executed the code. Let's see now. Yes. From name it should start. So let's start. Department name. I just call this as NMDC. Department location HYD. Department head. This is department head. When I click on insert, done. Close. Go to table and see your data is available. Yes, but wrong value is stored. 1002 we got, but actually it should be 5. So again, I have to do those settings in your this one. So I'll delete and I'll do again. Delete this, click on yes, So we lost that ID now. So I have to go to SQL Server and do that stuff. SSMS. Open SQL Server. Connect to database engine. New query. Our database MSDemoDB. And I should say this. DBCC. Check ident. Receipt 4. Table name DEPTS. Let's execute. Department receive 4. Yeah, successful. Close. That's it. We are done now. Now we will insert a record. Continuation may that record should be 5th record. Refresh. 4 already there now. Okay. Let's go and run again. Departments also you can check like HR, IT, sales, accounts. We got all this. Okay. So let's run the code and see again. Debug. Start without debug. Department name. Same process. NMDC. Department location. Hyderabad. Department head. Traffic. Click on insert. Close this. Go to table. Refresh. 5. Done with the insert operation. Over. Simple. That is about insert. Now you want to search for the data. You want to search. So place a button. Right? Right click. Go to properties. Text. Search. Name. BTN search. Double click on search button. Now you know. Now first connection as usual. Connection string. MS demo DB entities DB new MS demo entities constructor. Okay. Ready. Now you have to get that department information. So, and that information I have to capture into department class object. DB dot departments dot to list means department table containing list of rows. In that where now lambda expression x goes to x dot department ID is equal to int dot parse txt department ID dot text, and after that you should say dot first. Yes, this is what I asked you to revise. Lambda expression, whatever you have written, this lambda expression, which is extension of anonymous method. Anonymous method extension of delegates. Now we have come. Total entity framework is dependent on lambda expression. Total and separate. All the scenarios that I cover here, somewhere or the other, we are going to have lambda expression. Without it, it doesn't work at all. Done. Over. Simple. Now no execute reader, no while loop, no dr.read, no concatenation, no slash and no nothing. Nothing. Simple map. Get the data. Mapping. Over. That's it. Now txt department name dot text is equal to D dot department name. Over mapping. TXT department location dot text equal to D dot department location. TXT department head dot text is equals to D dot department head. That's over. Retrieval now. That's it. We only write this part. Go for execution. 1. Search. Yes. Just now inserted. 5. Search. Yes. All your department data history. Think about same process that we did in disconnected data set. In data set, we used to have SQL connection, SQL data adapter, data set to be created. Data set should be filled with the data. Then we used to get the data from table and then it should be attached to grid view. Here, only one line of code. Over. This will be a process that is going to use for retrieval of data. For retrieval of data. Searching. Same way, I place a button for update. Place a button. Now I'm planning for update. Go to properties, text property, update, update. Name BTN update. Update. Double click on the button. Update is reverse of search. Reverse of search. These two lines, same, total I'll copy, same only now. Only reverse I said. In what way it is reverse, you see now. I copied, same thing. Only thing is this part you should put on right side. That's it. Yes. Then department location dot text, which was on left side, move it to right side. That's it. Department head. And last I should say db dot save changes. That's it. Over. Updation process. Now deletion. For deletion, same. Go to design window, go to toolbox, place a button, right click, properties, button, delete, btn delete. Then now for delete also only one line of code. This is same searching, no change at all. Same code I copy paste. Yes, only you should add now db dot department dot remove of db dot save change. That's it. This is about deletion. Over. Insertion is over, updation is over, deletion is over. Now go to toolbox, design window. Now I would like to place data grid view control. Somewhere here I'll keep data grid view control. Okay. Let's see and see how the process will be done. Toolbox, Data grid view control. Expand this. Okay. So my intention is I can extend this little down also. Better I keep like this. Still you want to have some content to be visible. Expand this so the total department data is visible. Now I want to give a name. Go to properties. I'll give a name as GV department. Some name so that that name I can use for programming. GV department. Okay. Now simple is select the form, double click. Yes. Over. This is the most simplest connection I need. Over. GV departments dot data source equal to db dot departments dot to list. Over. That's it. Now grid view will have data. Five. Five records. This is about navigation. We don't need now. So you can little compress your form so that EMPS is not visible. But at this stage, we don't need it. Save. Yes. Now everything is visible. Yes. ID, name, department, location, head. Now interesting thing is, now, if I insert a row here, means after giving name, location, head, when I click on insert, confirm that insert command is working. And we found one row is inserted, that is fifth row. But that row will not be visible here. If I insert a row, it will not be visible here. If I update also, it will not be visible here. If I delete also, it will not be removed from here. Until and unless I don't re-execute my code, the operation what you did will not be visible here. So let's do then. Let's do 5. Search. I change NMDC to R&B. B. Location Hyderabad. Department head. Thus, click on update. Confirm it is updated, but it doesn't show us here. If I run my code for next time, then I can see that updated data now. Yes, it's updated. I want parallel. The moment I do something here, it should update here. So as simple to do this, as simple to do all this, and that point is go to form load event, form load event. Then in form load event, select the code which you have written. Select the code. Then you can say right click. In right click, you have an option here. Here, quick actions and refactoring. Click. It's giving a message. Extract method. Click on it. Automatically, the data is shifted to new method, and I'll write the method. Method name I'll write, and method name I'll write is get all departments apply. Oh, whatever the code you have written in form load event, you made it a part of method now. Now, as simple, this method call you add, in delete you add, in update you add. You're calling a method. Add in insert. Over. Bas, done. Run the code. Now it should parallelly show us the modified data. Yes, 5, same data I'll modify. Here, department name, NMDC, actual name. This data was there, I updated earlier. Department location, Hyderabad. Department head. Click on update. Yes, updated. Insert will also show us modified data. Modified data. So I write here R and B. Location. Location Pune. Department head. Department head. Click on insert. ID you should not give. Added. Sixth row, name, location, head. All are added. Now, connecting with this process, connecting with this process, remember, transactions will be very easy and simple to understand. Transactions I'm talking about, transactions. Simple. Just you have to create department class object, EMP class object, assign your value, last the save changes. That's it. Means whatever I have shown you in insert command, same thing you're supposed to do for transaction, whether it is for a single database or it is for multiple databases. Simplest way of working to transaction in connected model was lengthy for us. Transaction connected model, you have to create a connection, you have to begin, you have to specify begin transaction, you have to link it, you have to use the try catch blocks, you have to open the connect, you have to open the connection, you have to execute both the queries, and then if everything goes successful you have to commit. If anything is failed, then in cache block you should write about rollback. Lengthy. Here no, simplest. Insert logic you understood of today's class. Transactions is over for you. Transaction part is over. Okay. Okay. Now we'll discuss about something related with the what do you call the navigation. This part I'm going to talk. Do you see that? In department also you have, EMP also we have. Navigation properties. Navigation properties. Okay. So let's see how does it make a process to work on. So in order to work with this, what I should do, go to toolbox, place one label first. Okay, this is label. And beside it, place text box. Text box. Then place a button. Button. First label. Right click, go to properties. Here I'll give. What I give is department name. Okay. Department name. Then text box. Right click, go to properties. Here I'll give txt dname, department name, text box it is. Button, go to properties, text, find, name, btn find, double click on it. First I'll show you without navigation how you retrieve data. Without navigation, as usual, first you need connection. ms demo db entities, db equal to new ms demo db entities construct over connection. What you're going to input in that just now added text box, department name. So whatever might be a department name, connecting with the department, you have to extract department ID. I'm showing you without navigation. So I'll write here without navigation. Navigation. Now you should write int did equals to db dot departments dot to list dot where x goes to x dot department id is equal to, no, not department id, name, x dot department name is equals to txt dname dot text. In that first row, whichever we are getting, in that first row you want only department id, then did will contain. Now connecting with this department id, I have to get information. Type inference employee info equal to db dot emps dot to list dot where x goes to x dot department id is equals to did, that is nothing but department id. Connect now. gv departments dot data source is equal to e-info dot to list. That's it. This is the logic without navigation. So first you have to enter your department name, connecting with the department, whatever the list of employees we have, that list will be generated. Go for it. Department name, I call sales. Sorry, here I should give no. Sales. Fine. Yes, all are three departments. Department 3. Sales department has 5 employees. Sales department has five employees. Any department you give, it will display the employees available in the table. This is without navigation. Now we'll do this code simple with navigation. With the navigation. Now with navigation, what you have to do, I'll comment this code. These 2 lines I'll comment. And this line I'll take and put at last. So it will be available as a common line of code. Now you should write here. Type inference e-info is equal to db dot departments dot to list dot where x goes to x dot department name txt name dot text In that list of rows, particular row, first, direct navigation over. Two lines of code above has been reduced to a single line. Now run the code. Give the department sales, same 5 employees. HR, 3 employees in HR. This is the logic for with navigation. That's it. The maximum scenarios we covered in it. Now next we are going to talk on stored procedures. We are going to discuss about what? Stored procedure. So this creation and linking with what do you call EDM, those all are little lengthy and goes with little detailed explanation on that part. So tomorrow's class, may I'll take up that, not today. Okay.